What is up, guys? DZ Fear. I went to the Columbus Regional this past Saturday. I'm still pretty tired. When I got to the regional in the morning, I had been awake for 20 hours straight. So then I had to play the rest of the tournament still on that same sort of unsleep cycle, and it was horrible. I definitely, yeah. So I didn't do too great, and it's because like the first two rounds I was like still like half asleep. And then the second win kicked in, and I won 5 in a row. But then, like, the third win never came in, so I was still just really tired, and then I lost the last two. So I went 5 and 4, which isn't that great. But, well, I don't know. I was going to drop after I was 5 and 3, but then I just accidentally played the last round, which happens. But I was pretty out of it most of the day. So if you, there's, like, definitely some people that I talked to that were subscribers. And if I seemed really out of it, I apologize, because I was way too tired, and I definitely shouldn't have gone. But anyway, I got some testing in, so that's cool. This is kind of more just like an archive for me to see where I was with this deck. But anyway, I played Extra Deck Monarchs with some interesting tech choices, so let's just go through the stuff that isn't interesting real quick. Ether, 3 Erebus. I really want to play 2. You can get away with playing 2. I played 2 at the locals that I tested before this, but I just chose to play 3, because I realized that the hands in this deck where you bricked were the ones where you drew all the low tribute stuff, not the high tribute stuff, because this version has a lot of ways to get the high tribute stuff out of your hand. 2 Kras, 1 of each of the Squires. These cards are really bad, but I know a lot of people just like cut them, but when you play Brilliant Fusion, you kind of just want to play this guy to send off a Brilliant Fusion, because he's like the best card to send off a Brilliant Fusion, but then like if you draw him, he's really dead, so you want to play the one, this guy. And I actually was playing 2 of the black one, instead of the third Erebus, because like the black one's cool because it's extra normal sound effect. It doesn't restrict you from the extra deck, so you can like do a whole bunch of weird turns with it. Anyway, 2 red Larios are pretty good. 1 Garnet. I lost 4 games for not playing Jack's Knight, and I would have won 2 games faster if I would have had Jack's Knight. Because I was keeping track because I was interested to see. At locals, I only lost 1 game because I didn't have it. I think going forward, it's I think it's actually just worth it to play Jack's Knight. You'll brick a couple times more. You're really not adding. Like, I know people think that like Jack's Knight is a brick card, but like Jack's Knight isn't a brick card. It's still Lazuli, but you're still only playing 1 Lazuli, so it's still theoretically is the same amount of cards that you're bricking. But like, yeah, like I literally lost like 4 games where you would open like Brilliant Fusion, Return, and then like Prime, Tenacity, and some other Monarchs Large Trap card that wasn't Pantheism. So I'm going to play Jack's Knight going forward. But if you don't know why, check out the Jack's Knight video before this one where I explain some of the combos. But anyway, 3 Terror Top, 1 Takedown Borg. A lot of some of the OCG players are playing this card. Like half of the extra deck Monarchs that have been topping have been playing this card. I think it's completely necessary after today. Like, this card is the nuts. You just it's like tribute fodder when you need it, and then it's a totem bird when you want to secure your floodgates, or when you just want to win game 1 against domain Monarchs because they have like no outs to totem bird. Or in games 2 and 3, you can make Grand Pulse and pop Massacre Strict. Like, Terror Top is just fucking ridiculous in this deck. Like, Terror Top is just like one of my favorite cards now. For the spells, 3 Pantheism, 3 Tenacity, 3 Return. I think you still need 3 in this deck. I know some people like don't like Return because it locks you out of the extra deck, but you just like pop it with Kraz or just send it with shit. So it helps your early game. 3 Stormforth, 2 Domain, and 1 Frostblast. This is like, Frostblast is like literally my favorite card in this deck. It is so fun. You just pop so many back row off of 1 card, and they like always give it to you off Pantheism because they're like, haha, this card doesn't do anything, and then you just like get rid of all their back row and like, oh shit. Because they like don't read it correctly. Like, they never, like, they'll read it like twice, and then like you'll add it and you'll use it, and then you'll banish it to get rid of like both their back row, and be like, oh, you can do that? Like, I can do that. You just read it twice. How's that for the Monarch spells? And then just 3 Brilliant Fusion, 1 Twin Twisters. These cards are all good. The Twin Twisters was okay, I guess. It's good against Cosmo, because like Cosmo, you really don't care about the ships, you just care about the back row. So like I always cite 3 Twin Twisters against them. But I don't know. I don't think I would bump that up in the main. But the 1 of was fine. 2 Prime, 1 Scolding, 1 Chaos Repel. I was planning on going first with this deck, and most of your hands end you with like a rank 8 or a rank 3 or a rank 5, and then like a tribute monster with an Aether in hand. So like these just like seal the deal. I think going forward, I would just like to play 2 Chaos Repel. At locals, I was just playing the Scolding, and I was like, oh, like Chaos Repel might be good too, because like this deck has a lot easier time stopping spells and traps and does monster summons. And then, like, throughout the regional, I just realized that I just wish the Scolding was also a Chaos Trap Hole for that same reason. So going forward, probably just 2 Chaos Trap Hole. And that's definitely better than Strike or whatever, especially in this deck. For the extra deck, Totem Bird, Grand Pulse, card's ridiculous. Like, these are reason enough to play Terror Top, even if you're going to brick the Takedown board a couple times. Pleiades, pretty cool. Drandle, no surprise here. Like, I made this card all the time. Favorite card in the extra deck. Adrius, never made it, probably because I was playing the Grand Pulse. Like, you don't need to make a Adrius pop Massacre Strix as much. Shark Fortress was surprisingly the second card I made in my extra deck, the most out of all of them. I would just, like, a lot of times what happened is you, like, tribute summon a big monster, and then pass, and they just, like, do some stuff, you get rid of their field, and then they just, like, set a back row, and then you prime in their end phase, and then when you draw, they flip Massacre Strike, and I'm like, what are you going to do now? But they're at like 8,000, so you just like bring back a second prime, make Shark Fortress, and then attack the game. So that's pretty cool. 1 Volcasaurus, okay, 1 of this guy, never made him. So 1 Beatrice, 1 Pilgrim, never made Beatrice. Probably I'm just going to cut the Pilgrim. I think you still need to play the Beatrice because it does come up sometimes, but I don't think I need to play like a blank extra deck spot for a card that I rarely make. 1 Gaia Charger, 1 number 38, 1 Heretic Dragon Thing, and 1 Felgrand. I never made the Heretic guy. It's good in theory, and it'll probably come up sometimes, and in the times that it comes up, it'll probably win the game, so I think I have to keep it in there, but these 2 are the main ones that you're making. And then 1 Seraphonite. The side deck could use some work, but 2 Max C, 2 Flying C, 2 Majesty's Fiend, 3 Skill Drain, or 3 System Down, and then 2 more Twin probably the most sided into thing. Regeki for Domain Monarchs, they side Majesty's and Vanity's Fiend against you usually, and just pushing through fields going second was pretty good. And 3 Mask District. Going forward, I think I want to play Veiler and what is that card called? Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell. I realized, like, I only played 1 mirror match, and I almost won it, but I realized that, like, I had no preparation for the mirror match. None of these cards, like, really do anything. Like, I sided 2 Mask Restrict, but, like, I know from playing the deck, like, Mask Restrict doesn't, like, do anything, but I was hoping, like, I could just, like, get him. Because he wasn't playing Brilliant Fusion. He was playing, like, 2 E-Telly and 1 Blue Layer instead. So I thought the Mask Restrict would have a higher chance of, like, just locking him out of the game. I don't know, but Curse Seal, Forbidden Spell, and Veiler are probably good additions, because the mirror match is pretty much aids. But I will see you guys later. Hopefully enjoy the deck profile. Goodbye.